All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most critical decisions any agency has to make, choosing a CRM. I mean, this is the engine for your entire operation, your sales, your marketing, your client relationships. You get this right, and you fly. You get it wrong, and you're just stuck in the mud. So today, we're cutting through all the noise in this ultimate agency showdown. So which one is it going to be? You've got HubSpot, the inbound darling, you've got Salesforce, the absolute giant of the enterprise world, and then there's Zoho, the budget-friendly powerhouse. This isn't just a small choice, right? This is a really high-stakes decision that's going to define how you operate, how you scale, and honestly, how you serve your clients for years to come. Okay, I know that sounds a little intimidating, but here's the good news. Just because it's a high-stakes decision doesn't mean it has to be a complicated one. We have really dug in and distilled a deep, agency-focused analysis into a clear, straightforward explainer. Our whole goal here is to give you a simple, actionable answer so you can make the right choice and do it with confidence. All right, let's get right into it. Look, I know you're busy, so we're not going to bury the lead here. We're going to start with the final verdict. I'm going to give you the answer right up front, and then we'll spend the rest of the time showing you exactly how we got there. So here it is, the big takeaway. If you're like most agencies out there and you're looking for that perfect all-around platform that just works, the answer is HubSpot. Now, if you're a high-ticket consultancy and you're dealing exclusively with massive enterprise clients, then yeah, Salesforce has the raw power you might need. And if your entire business model is built on providing services at the lowest possible cost, Zoho CRM is your champion. So you see, the crucial point is that the best CRM really depends on your agency's specific business model. Okay, so that's the verdict. Now, let's get into the proof. How did we come to that conclusion? We're going to put these three platforms head to head, comparing them on the criteria that actually matter to agencies day in and day out. First up, let's talk money. At first glance, you might look at this and think, okay, the pricing seems kind of in the same ballpark, right? At least on the lower tiers. You can see HubSpot and Salesforce have similar per-user costs for sales, though HubSpot's Marketing Hub is a pretty significant investment. And then you have Zoho, which is clearly the low-cost leader, no question. But as we all know, the sticker price is never the whole story. And this is where things get really interesting. Let's talk hidden costs. With HubSpot, you got to watch your contact count. Your bill grows as your list grows. With Zoho, the pricing is actually refreshingly predictable. But with Salesforce, oh boy, you're not just buying a license. You have to budget for consultants to set it up, you might need full-time admins just to run it, and you're getting hit with a whole universe of crazy expensive add-ons. The license fee is truly just the tip of the iceberg. Which brings us perfectly to the next point, ease of use. And honestly, the difference here is like night and day. HubSpot is just designed for regular marketers and salespeople to pick up and start using with very little training. Salesforce, on the other hand, is this incredibly powerful, super configurable system, but all that power comes at the cost of complexity. I'm not kidding, you will need specialists to run it effectively. And this is such a critical point for any agency listening. The analysis points out that clients actually like using HubSpot. And let me tell you, that is not just a nice to have. That's a game changer for client adoption, for retention, and for having smooth project handoffs. Zoho is usable, for sure, but it has more of that functional enterprise utility kind of feel that doesn't always, delight the people using it every day. All right, let's switch gears to the core sales automation features. Look, Salesforce is the undisputed king here. It's the industry gold standard with amazing depth and AI features. But here's the thing with HubSpot. Its visual pipelines and sequences mean your sales team can get up and running incredibly fast. And Zoho really holds its own, especially with features like blueprints that guide your team through processes. It offers just fantastic value for the price. Okay, now for marketing automation. And this is where HubSpot really shines. This is its home turf. Its single biggest advantage is having this powerful, super user-friendly marketing suite built right into the platform. With Salesforce, you've got to bolt on a completely separate, really expensive platform like Pardot or Marketing Cloud. It's not native. And with Zoho, it works well, but you feel that split across different tools. This table right here, it pretty much says it all. Just look at that row for speed to deploy. HubSpot is fast, Zoho is medium, Salesforce is slow. And why is that? It's because HubSpot's visual workflow builder is designed for non-technical people. An agency can dream up and launch a pretty complex campaign in HubSpot super fast. Try doing that same thing in Salesforce. It's going to be slower, way more complicated, and you'll probably need to call in a specialized developer.
Okay, so we've dug into the features, but now let's talk about what this really means for your agency's bottom line, the true cost, and more importantly, the right fit for your business.
And folks, this right here is probably the most important strategic insight of this whole breakdown. HubSpot is practically tailor-made for the partner and reseller model that most of us in the marketing agency world use. Salesforce is really designed for a high-ticket consulting model where you charge a fortune for implementation. And Zoho, it's perfect for a cost-scale model where you're serving a lot of smaller clients at a lower margin. This chart just drives the point home, doesn't it? This is the total cost of ownership. I mean, look at those bars for Salesforce. The blue license cost is high, yeah, but look at the orange setup cost and that gray ongoing admin cost. They're massive. HubSpot's costs are just so much more manageable, and Zoho stays the most affordable all around. Seriously, the true cost of Salesforce often ends up being 3, 4, even 5 times the license fee. It's staggering. And one last thing we have to talk about, a really big long-term risk: vendor lock-in. Once you're deep in the Salesforce ecosystem with all that custom code and complex data structures, trying to get out is like trying to untangle a giant ball of Christmas lights that's been glued together. It's a nightmare. With HubSpot and Zoho, migrating is still a project, of course, but it's a much, much more manageable one. You just have more flexibility down the road.
All right, let's wrap this up and bring it all together. We've laid out all the evidence, so now here's your final playbook for making this big decision. So let's recap. Why does HubSpot come out on top for most agencies? First off, your clients will actually use it and like it. It brilliantly combines sales and marketing in one seamless place. Your non-technical team members can build incredibly powerful automations. It has a fantastic partner program, and the path to scaling your usage is clear and pretty predictable. It just fits the modern agency model perfectly. So on the flip side, why is Salesforce usually the wrong choice for agencies? Honestly, in one word, it's just overkill. It's too heavy, the total cost of ownership is way too high, it's too slow to get campaigns live, and you become totally dependent on expensive specialists just to operate the thing. It's like using a semi-truck to go get groceries. Yeah, it's powerful, but it's the wrong tool for the job. And this is what makes Zoho the absolute champion if you're budget conscious. You get a frankly incredible amount of power for the price. It's flexible, the vendor lock-in is low, and you can build a very efficient, very scalable operation on it. So what's the catch? What's the trade-off? Well, you're giving up some of that polished, slick user experience you get with HubSpot. Okay, so how do you explain this to your clients? We're actually going to give you the exact wording you can use. This statement positions your choice of HubSpot as a strategic benefit for your client. It emphasizes usability and flexibility, and it also leaves the door open to support other platforms if it makes sense. It just shows them you've done your homework and you're making a strategic choice for them. So, that brings us to the final big question you need to ask yourself. Take a hard look at your tech stack right now, or the one you're about to build. Is your CRM a true asset, something that's actually pushing you forward and helping you fly? Or is it an anchor, just weighing you down with complexity, cost, and inefficiency? The choice is yours.